Right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
And their assist total also impressive, creating with the pass and playing for teammates. This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
I'm not even going to say nothing, bro. It's all good.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Goes up on the elbow. A rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama, that's for two. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Caruso, no good. Spurs lead by 4. Here's Fox.
Sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Boy, Fox is so quick off the floor.
On offense, here are the Thunder. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Moving it up.
Too easy.
Caruso grabs the miss. Trailing by 5-6. Shoots it.
How?
That was finally bounce off the right side of the rim. 14 points for Williams. Wembanyama, that's for two.
Bye-bye. 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 Good trash.
I don't care.
How do you suppose this is going to help you? Doesn't matter, Edith. See, I don't care what you do. I'm leaving you first thing in the morning. Is that all you've got to say? Yes.
But the police had to find Sonny first.
We knew that he lived locally. We knew perhaps that he was staying on friends' floors, but we didn't actually have a firm address for him to begin with, and that's something we had to find pretty quickly.
Less than 12 hours after Geeta's murder, the trail led to a house inhabited by a group of men, mainly illegal immigrants, and it was thought that Sonny was staying there.
Because of the ferocious nature of the attack, we were going to take chances. It's fair to say we went in hard. We forced our way in and found a number of Asian men sleeping on the floor, on sofas, on beds. We found 6 people, many of whom could have been Sonny. Decision was made to arrest all of them.
Come on, loser.
Harpreet Sunny Orak was soon identified.
He spoke about it, and he told us about how, yes, they had their problems like so many other couples.
It's not your fault, you're a loser.
We were both working together.
You went against a god.
I don't understand why this is happening.
I hope that you know that I think 5 posts so far.
Yeah, picked it up.
Yeah.
This is your last opportunity. $33 in your card. Check out right now. I love you, Aaron Berger.
I'm going to stick around with you for a couple minutes. We're going to talk about the computer.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Are we going to that next? Yeah, I think we are. So I'm just going to tell you, you put the sound in your cart right now. It's going to change the dynamics to me in your life. You're going through something. Music is a pick-me-up. If you forgot that, get this in your cart and write a review. It is a pick-me-up. Listen to everything that makes you happy, even some things that make you cry, because sometimes we just need to get that out. You have until January the 31st for extended holiday returns. So you can listen to the music, and if you're the hostess with the mostest, I want you to have this at your holiday party. Nobody's going to go home. They're going to be like, oh, girl, do you have Jingle Bell Rock? Oh, girl, do you I'll play Silent Night? And everybody's going to start singing. You're going to love it. Get one for you and get one for somebody.
And how to deal with these types of situations, but
end of the day, no one can prepare you for this type of scarring. And it just doesn't stop.
Jesse, open the door, please. Jesse, just calm down, all right? I'll get you help, okay? Hell yes, I need help. I think my brother tried to kill himself and he won't let me in the room. Jesse, open the door, man. I don't know. He just keeps sending me these text messages saying that he doesn't think he can live anymore. Yes, he does. He has a gun. Jesse! Look, I need someone to help me get him out of his room. Look, I can't calm down. This is my little brother, man.
Eating was number one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a Facebook junkie are you? You said about a 1. Me too. Survey said.
Come on. Loser.
8 was the number one answer. We got to pick it up. We need 92 points. Besides an apple, name a fruit that can be green. You said a pear. Survey said pear was the number one answer. Name something you swing. You said baseball bat. Survey said a bat was the number one answer. We need 30 points for $20,000. Name something you might fold up to put away. You said a chair. Survey said clothes was number one. Well, folks, they got a 5-day total. 41,800.
Said it's in spring, we spring forward, we lose that hour, and that's when we talk about the words sleep deprivation. And nothing good happens when you are sleep deprived. So when we talk about, our mental status, we talk about depression, anxiety, chronic sleep deprivation does a number on it. When we talk about our overall health, whether it be heart disease and stroke and diabetes and high blood pressure, being sleep deprived does not help that. So when we talk about entering standard time and looking at your poll, we're all on the same page. We don't want to flip-flop. We don't want to do that time change. And exactly well stated, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine states that if we do standard time, it's going to be in sync with our circadian rhythm, so we love it.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about circadian rhythm and sunlight. How does all of this really play a role in our sleep?
Sure. So what is our circadian rhythm? It's our internal body clock that gets us in sync with the 24-hour solar day. So we wake up in the morning, and what's going to be the key thing? Light. And if you're lucky to live in Southern California, I do get quite a bit of sunlight. And what does it do? It suppresses this hormone called melatonin. And hopefully I'll wake up with a good attitude and smiling. I go throughout the day, and at nighttime, as sunlight is going down, melatonin starts getting released again, and hopefully you're going to transition into sleep. So when you think about standard time, it's going to be lots of sun in the morning and darker earlier in the evening, just like our circadian rhythm. And being a dad of 3 amazing kids on the younger side, I do like sunlight in the morning because I just can't get them out of bed. And I'm kind of getting a little bit older, so I want them to quiet down in the evening, so I do like that it gets a little darker earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. I love some sun too, so I think a lot of us do. I think that's fair to say. And I know you were just saying that this is kind of the good side of the coin here. We're going to be gaining an hour of sleep. But still, I just have to wonder, are there any certain medical conditions that could potentially be affected by just the change in the time?
Yes, the one that really jumps to mind is
if unfortunately anyone out there suffers from depression, there's things called seasonal affect disorder, and one thing that can trigger it is just having a lot of darkness, a lot of nighttime. So you want to be careful if you notice a change in your mood in not a good way. Let your physician know. But I want to talk about some tips, because what can we do even though we're going to be gaining an hour of sleep? One thing is we could have slept a little bit earlier, because one of my tips is always a couple days approaching the end of daylight savings. You can actually go to bed later and later, like 15 to 20 minutes. So when you actually get that bonus hour of sleep, it kind of balances out. And in fact, last night was Halloween. I'm still pooped from going trick-or-treating with the kids. They went to bed a little bit later anyways. Now, if you're somebody who procrastinates like me sometimes, on the morning of November 2nd, you can just wake up an hour earlier. You'll be back in sync. But I don't encourage that. I like the bonus hour of sleep. Trust your body. And, I'll be honest, most, people in America, they don't even notice there's a time change until they go to their kitchen and be like, why is my microwave clock not on time anymore? And then the next question is going to be, how do you change it? But for those who want to do good throughout the week, a couple quick tips. Hey, this is a great time to actually watch your diet, what you eat, when you eat. Try to avoid excessive amounts of alcohol during the week. Not too much caffeine later in the day. I love exercise. It's good mentally and physically. And the one that always gets everyone for a good tip is this one right here, the cell phone. Maybe put it away at night. Everyone starts getting panicky when I say that. But putting technology away, making the bed only for sleeping, and having a set schedule during that week and going forward are some good tips if people need any, just in case they're a little bit worried about that time change.
And honestly, good tips for just life in general, right? I mean, you hear that all the time.
Joe's husband, Alan, had endured being a suspect for months. Now, with the truth out, he could finally lay Joe to rest. But one challenge remains for Alan Roberts.
It's uneven-included. I'm trying to forget about Charles Lord, and I'm praying that God will let me forgive him. I'm praying that Doe is in God's hands right now.
Mr. and Mrs. Roberts enjoyed 43 years of marriage before they were torn apart. He has faith that one day he will see her again.